Peace, family. How you guys doing? I hope you guys are staying safe, staying immune system boosted up. Hope you guys are eating your foods, for your fruits and veggies, drinking your water, taking your Irish sea moss. How you doing, Natalie? Taking your, bladder work. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Taking everything, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that you're feeling good during this time of unrest. Hope you guys are doing good. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer. It's a little bit longer. I know certain people wanted to join, so I just want to wait a little longer before I start. If I'm speaking too low, or if you can't see me or hear me, just let me know. I do speak low normally. Peace, family. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are doing well. Hey. Hey. This is going to be a little different than, like, if you normally take my classes. It's going to be a little different. Hey. It's going to be a little different. I wanted to really teach something that I know that people can really benefit from, not only through dance, but like in other ways. Hold on, let me. Hold on. Where's my shit? Here. All right. Had to take the hair back because it was getting on my nerves. Peace, family. I'm gonna wait just a little longer, then I'm gonna start. Alright. Hey. Alright, so I'm gonna start. This should take no more than an hour. I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. Oh, that's ugly. So like I just stated, I wanted to do something. Oh, DJ LP, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a minute. But I wanted to do something different that most people, that most dancers, especially out here, that I've noticed, are not getting. Normally, what I've been seeing is we go to class and we stretch, and then we learn the choreo, and then we do groups, and then we record. We record, and then we post on Instagram, and then we do the same shit over and over again. That's like the formula that happens out here. Now, granted, we are getting taught stuff, but sometimes they're just teaching moves. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they're not teaching you things. Like some people are, but a lot of times it's just moves. And so, like I said, I wanted to do something different this time. So I wanted to combine something that you can really research for yourself, and find and increase your spiritual being, as well as apply that to dance. These airplanes. But yeah, as well as apply that to dance. So, what is sacred geometry? I'm going to explain it. How you doing? I'm going to explain it as simple as I can, because it's a complicated subject. But I'm just trying to explain it simply. Sacred geometry, through my research and my experience, is literally everything. Right? Sacred geometry is like is how we get music. It's how the atoms are formed. It's how shit came to be. Right? So you have things. You have two different, like, opposing teams. You have the Big Bang Theory, and you have like the creation, like through religion, like the Bible and the Quran and the Torah and all that stuff. Right? The Big Bang Theory was like there was nothing, and then boom, like it just exploded, and then it created everything. Right? That's basically in a nutshell. Oh no, sacred geometry. Sacred. Let me spell it out. Sacred geometry. All right. So the Big Bang Theory, nothing, boom, everything. Right? In a nutshell. And then you have the creation, right? Which is like, in the first 6 days, God created everything. Let there be light. On the seventh day, He rested. Right? That's kind of like the two main things. Now, granted, you have all the other religions or all the other belief systems like Buddhism and all the other stuff, but that's what the main two, right? Those two things have something in common, right? They have a beginning. They have a source, like God, Allah, the universe, it, whatever the fuck that is for you, right? That thing, and then they have light. Yeah, there's a Big Bang, and then there's an explosion of light. There was light, and then light particles with all the atoms, and you know what I'm saying, the light, and then in the creation, let there be light. They have those common, right? Sacred geometry kind of, I don't want to say infuses both of them, but it's the same thing, mathematically speaking, yeah, with shapes. And it's really hard to refute sacred geometry because it's really shapes. It's circles, triangles, squares, fucking cubes, like a pyramid. Like how it's like almost impossible to refute the information that you get from it because it's really it's shapes, math. So when did it start? In my opinion, it just is what it is. It's not like someone created it, right? It is, or it is what it is. Like there's no, it was there in the beginning, it will be there in the end. It just is what it is. So no one really created it. It just is what it is. That's my opinion. But you have your own. Now I already told you why I'm doing this because all the whole damn stuff. When you go to class and it's just a pattern, right? So I wanted to give you guys something. Now I'm going to preface all that with this. I want you, because I have people on this live or people who will watch this on different skill levels. Like some people are just starting. Some people only know how to lift their arm to raise a hand, but some people are advanced where they can do bone breaking stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I have to start from the beginning so that everybody can understand and be on an even playing field. Yeah. So here we go. Let me start this for you guys. I created a little thing for you guys. Oh, come on, man. Don't freeze on me now. But yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. Make sure during this time you're eating your fruits and veggies, you are drinking your alkaline water. If you can't get alkaline water, at least spring water with no ingredients. Some water has ingredients on it. Water's not supposed to have ingredients. That doesn't even make sense. I bet. So, oh yeah, I got two phones, by the way. I got two phones. I don't know the words. Oh, come on, son. Why are you freezing on me? There it is. I bet. I don't know if you can see this. So, in the beginning, there's space, the spirit, it, God, the universe, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It don't really matter. It just is what it is, yes? So that's you. And you're in a void. All this black, see all the black? You're in a void. In a void meaning there's nothingness. It's not like you're in water. You're in water and you can like do this and move. You can't move. It's just, there's nothing there. So, spirit, it, God, universe, whatever the fuck it is, expanded its consciousness. It expanded, right? God dang. It expanded its consciousness, and now it looks like this. There's a circle around it, right? So it expanded. So now that it expanded, it has somewhere to go. It has places to go. It has somewhere to go, right? After it expands, because it is infinite, right? It moves to the outer edge of itself, right? I'm sorry, of its consciousness, and it creates another circle directly right outside of the edge, right? And because, hold on, and now we have something called the Vesica Pisces. So a lot of you got the Pisces before in school. Let me turn this sideways. You see it? It's, oh shit, well, it don't matter. It's a Venn diagram, basically. The shit you learn in school when you have the comparison charts. This is normally called the mother's womb, right? Like when you look at a vagina, it looks like this. When you look at most female things in life, it looks like this. Like if you open up an orange, it looks like this. If you open up a cantaloupe, it looks like this. Like that's what it is, right? So now after that, the spirit is like, well, I want to do more stuff. I want to do more. So it doesn't just stay there, and because it's all knowing, it moves exactly one radius. The exact radius it moved from the middle went up. It moves over one radius, then moves over another again one radius, then moves another again one radius, moves another again one radius, and then moves another again one radius. And now you have what we call the seed of life. Let me try to get this. Boom, there we go. Right? So now you have a thing called the seed of life. Boom. This is demonstrating what it does. You see it moving? Yeah. All right. This is fucking up. So I'm just gonna explain it. So it moves. It moves to the edges, right? It's called the seed of life. In the middle, it has a what you call a flower petal. It has 6 points. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? It's 6 points. Here it is. 6 petals. Right? So from there, consciousness is like, well, I want to expand some more. So now it repeats the same thing around the outer edges of the other circles, right? And then you get what is like the building block of all this, which is called the flower of life, right? Boom. Oh, come on, don't be blurry. Can you see this? Well, hopefully you can see that. It's called the flower of life. The flower of life is the building block to where you can get everything, right? And I know you've seen this before. I mean, you can't really see it off my phone because it's all blurry and shit. But you've seen it before, right? Because it's around a lot of holy temples and a lot of business buildings, like government buildings. It's on a lot of things that you normally see in everyday life. Because it's really that important. Everybody knows about it. No, let me phrase that. A lot of the people who are up there know about it. They study the stuff and stuff. Oh, how you doing, Jack? Been a minute. Mm-hmm. All right, so now we're at the flower of life, right? So you go from the flower of life to, and the reason why it has the little circle around it, right? It way back in the day, they did not want to let the knowledge get out of what is past it, because back then the knowledge was really sacred. But now everybody knows about it because we need to know about it, because if we don't, we would just fall back into darkness. Like we're just not going to be able to advance our civilization. if only certain people knew about it, there's no way that we would be able to go up. We would just either do this or just go down. That just is what it is. So from there, you get to drawing. Why is this freezing? God dang. So you remove the outer rims of the circles. I might as well display it. You remove the outer rims of the circles. You finish the 19 circles. You see it? You add those circles and then you connect all of them to get that shape. This shape is called the fruit of life. Yes? The fruit of life is important because of what you get after it, right? And if you notice, they're all circles, right? In this, I guess, subject, circles represent the female aspect of life. Lines represent the male aspect of life. Circles because it's creative, it's random, it's expressive, you know what I'm saying? And then males is focus, it's a direction, it's logic, it's I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. This we gotta go here, let me go here, now here, okay, you know what I'm saying? It's logic. That was a weird explanation. But that's what it is, right? After that, how you doing? From France, that's fine. So from there, you want to change the female aspect to the male aspect, right? How do you do that? You add lines, right? So you add a line from the middle of each circle to the middle of each other circle. It's going to look really interesting. So you look like this. Then it goes to this. And then you get this, which is called Metatron's cube. Oh shit, go back. Fuck it. So you get a shape called Metatron's cube. It's just a really intricate picture of a lot of lines. If you want to be real, that's what it looks like. But it's so important because this is the building blocks to the rest of the whole sacred geometry thing. From Metatron's cube, you get the things called the 5 plutonic solids. I'm sorry, the plutonic solids. My bad. One of them you guys know. It's a cube. You guys know what a cube is. You know, square. And then it's 3D, right? The cube. And the other ones you get are called, oh wait, before I even do that, what classifies a shape to be a plutonic solid? Okay, so there are 4 things that classify it. Okay, let's take it too long. I'm going to go right up. The first thing is all the faces are the same size. So if you have a cube, boom, all the faces are the same size, right? All the edges, so square, you have a square, this edge is the same as this edge, which is the same as this edge, which is the same as this edge, and it goes the whole 3D shape, yeah? There's only one, the third thing is that there's only one angle present on the interior of the whole shape. So if you see in the cube, you have this angle here, boom, it's 90 degrees. You have this angle here is 90 degrees. You have this angle here is 90 degrees. You have this one, which is 90 degrees. And it goes throughout the whole shape, yeah? The fourth thing is that when you encompass this, the cube or the other plutonic solids into a sphere, all the edges touch the outside of the sphere. Yes? So that's how you get a plutonic solid. There's only 5 of them, Jones. Okay. Almost finished. This is the last part of me speaking, then we're going to start moving. So there are 5 different types. The first one I just told you is the cube, or the hexahedron? Yeah, the hexahedron, right? Then you have the octahedron. Actually, I'm going to show you the picture so you can actually see it, because it's not going to make sense if I don't show you. Well, it'd be harder to make sense if I don't show you. So I'm just gonna show you guys. So, dodecahedron, come on, hexahedron, come on, boom. So you have these shapes. You see the first one, the tetrahedron, which is like a little triangle shape. The next one is a cube. The next one is I believe that's the isosahedron. Then this one is the octahedron. Is that correct? I lied to you. This one is the octahedron. This one's the isosahedron, and then this is the dodecahedron. Dodecahedron, right? Whew. And it was believed that each of those had a elemental property to it, right? The tetrahedron was fire. The hexahedron was earth. The cube was earth. The isosahedron was water, and the octahedron was air. Yes, that's important. Oh, and the dodecahedron was prana, or AKA energy, right? Last thing I'm gonna say before I can physically show you how you can apply this to yourself. This is a really cool guy, like for real, when you do it physically. Damn, what was it? The elements. Oh, shit. What was it? Okay, well, you have each plutonic solid is important. Actually, I don't think the last thing I was about to say was even that important. So I think that we can just jump directly into it. Okay, so remember that I'm going somewhere with this. I know I just talked a lot. I just talked for how long? How long was I talking for? Like, at least 10 minutes. But there's a purpose for that. And I need you to see it so that you can have a better understanding on how you can apply it to yourself and expand your own creative and to expand your own physical creativity, because it actually makes a difference. Okay, so one of the things that a lot of people have trouble with when it comes to freestyling is that they're like, oh, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I'm scared about looking stupid. I don't have a base. Right? I don't have a solid foundation of which to go off of. So what I'm doing right now is not teaching you a style of dance. It's more of a blueprint to move creatively. Yes? Remember, I said I'm not teaching you a style. I'm giving you a blueprint or a guide. Yes? That's important. It's not a style. It's not a style. It's not a style. With that being said, so in the beginning, like I remember what I said in the beginning, it's the void. It's just the God, the it, the whatever you believe in. It's that thing, right? As a new freestyler, that is you. You don't have any clue or what the fuck you're about to do. You don't know. You're just there, but you want to do something, but you don't know. So you have to expand your consciousness. I'm going to try to do this. I wonder if I can move this. Hopefully you can see it. Alright, bet. Alright, bet. So you expand your consciousness. Right. So I'm a new freestyler. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I have to expand my consciousness. So remember when the source expanded its consciousness, it expanded its consciousness radially outward. Yes. So now I'm radially outward. Oh, so I have all this stuff now that I can touch. Oh, you see it? It's a radius. I'm like, you see where I'm going with this? Is radial outward. But this not only applies with your arms, you can do this with your legs too. I can't really get my leg all the way the fuck up here. But, so it's a radius. If I can go around, I'll go around and come back down. But you can do that with this leg too. I can't really go up there, but if you can go up there, kudos. because I can't do that shit whatsoever. Hold on, let me get my note. So you just hit the void, right? So now we're on the circle. So on the circle, yeah, you have your plie. You can stand up, plie, and then go down. So the grand plie, yes. But you're in not first position, not ballet first position. You're comfortable. Because like I said, I'm not teaching you a style. I'm trying to teach you how to do you. Whatever that is. I don't want to teach you a style yet. We're not there yet. I just want to teach you how to do you. So you're open. Whatever this is coming for you, this is what you are. Then you can plie, go down, middle, come up. Yes? That's your circle portion. Right? That is when you just expand your consciousness. So now you can do all this. You see what I'm doing? I'm hitting the radius the consciousness on the outside with my arms as well as the inside, but I can still go up and down. Now, for this, right now, we're keeping it 2D. We're not going 3D yet. That's a whole different story. We're not going 3D, and we haven't gone 4D yet. That's a whole different story. That's for another video. That's a lot of shit. That's a lot of other stuff. So, so we just did the circle, right? Ground plie, boom, boom. The radius with the legs. So now, the next part was what? It was a void, it had the consciousness, and then it went over to the edge of his consciousness and created another one, right? So now you're here. So now you're consciousness. So now you just go to second position, not ballet, second position, whatever's comfortable for you. So just spread your legs apart. Yes, and now you have the same thing, and I can go around still. Now this is important because having your legs apart when you're freestyling, having your legs together when you're freestyling looks completely different. And it feels completely different. And that's why it's important to be able to do this and do this. Now, like I said in the beginning, I had to start from the very beginning in order to get to this point so I can have a better understanding of what I'm talking about. And also so that the people whose skill level is here can follow along. Now, if your skill level was here, I'm sorry. But I had to get them up, so now we can go together. Yes. So now we're here. Boom. Second position. Boom, 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 boom. The radius. Right? The radius. I can't get my leg up there, but if you can get your leg up there, kudos to you. Right? It's a radius. So now we're at the seed of life. So remember how the seed of life was not just, okay, so there was a void, and then it went to the edge of its consciousness and created another consciousness. And then it went equally in radio distance to here, created another consciousness, went here, created another consciousness, went here, created one, and then went back here to create another one. So now you have 6 outer ones and 1 on the inside. Now you're in second position. You can lean to each of those consciousnesses. Boom, 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 boom. You see what I'm saying? You're able to lean here and still have your consciousnesses with the arms and with the legs. You're able to lean to the side. Boom. And you can still have the legs. You can go down to the middle. You can go down with the arms. You can go to the middle with the arms. You can go over here. And you can add the legs too. You can go up and around. You see what I'm saying? So, if you have a question, say something in the chat so I can stop and rewind. So, from the beginning you had the void, then you created a consciousness, a circle around you, then you went over to the edge, and then create another consciousness, the circle around you. So, void, I'm sorry, the void is nothingness, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Consciousness, okay, I have consciousness. Consciousness. Next, I go to the edge. Now I'm on the edge. Okay, I have consciousness on the edge. But now I want to go around the consciousness. So I can go around the consciousness. Right? Same shit with the arms. Yo. So same with the arms. Consciousness around with the arms. That's so now. Remember, that was the seed of life. But now you want the flower of life, so you have to go one more step around. So we just did out, up. But now I have to go out again, up, down. You see what I'm saying? So now we just did this, but now you're able to go on relevate. You're able to actually take an actual step out. And now when you go down, another thing you can do down here is boom. This is the next consciousness down here. I hope you guys see how I'm connecting the dots here. But now that you're down here on this level, the ancient Egyptians believed as above, so below. Everything you do standing up, all the consciousness that you have up here, you can do that here, down here. You can do that here as well. With the legs, it's all the same consciousness. I hope you're following. I hope you're able to grasp what I'm saying. Yes, because I'm not in front of you, so it's really hard to feel you guys and know if you're actually getting what I'm saying. So you should even go around, boom, 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 boom. And now that you've reached the next level of consciousness, you're able to step out, but you can step out down here too. You see what I'm doing? If you want to step out here, you can step out. You see what I'm saying? You can put your leg up again. You can step out. If I wanted to go to a consciousness to go over here consciousness, I can do that. I can come up. Boom, boom. Lean the consciousness. Go back down. You see what I'm saying? Now you're able to play with all those different consciousnesses that you have. Now, like I said in the beginning, I'm not teaching you a style. I'm showing you a guide, a blueprint, using sacred geometry, so you're able to utilize it through dance. Yes. What was the next one? The next one, I just did the fruit of life, right? So I'm going to go back to explaining again. You have the void, right? The whatever the fuck, universe, God, whatever you want to believe. That thing. Go out to his consciousness, go around, boom. Now it goes around again, boom, right? After that, it's going to go around one more time. One more time. Boom. Yes, hold on, let me remember what it was. Right. So it went around one extra time, right? So now you have another layer of consciousness. So the last consciousness that we just went over was the flower of life, right? You can go over, you can go down, you can go over, up, and up, over, up. You see what I'm saying? Now, the next consciousness is the fruit of life. So you have one more layer. So now you're not just on a elevate. You can jump now. See what I'm saying? When you go to this way or that way, you can, how do I explain this? This is like a dash. So you know how you're playing video games and you're fighting someone and you hit the right twice and it dashes? That's the next consciousness, a dash. A dash. Or if you want to dash down. Are you following what I'm saying? Dash. And now, so we added the extra consciousness going up, the extra consciousness going this way, the extra consciousness going down is you are literally on the floor. Like you're actually, oh, you can't see me, but you're actually on the floor, like the floor, like you can't see me, but my chest is touching the floor. This is another level of consciousness that you're able to play with. When you're on the floor like that, you have so much that you can do. Like I said, as above, so below. Everything you do up there, you can do it. You can do the same shit down here. It's really crazy. Like it's actually like amazing when you put it together and shit. So we just expanded the consciousnesses, right? I hope you guys are following. If you're not following, if you have questions, stop. Like put it in the thing. I can see it, but I can't read it. But I'll be able to see it. So remember, we just hit the void, nothingness. I'm a new freestyler. I don't know what the fuck to do. Boom. I'm consciousness. I had to create a consciousness around me. Go to the edge, create another one. Edge, create another one. All the way around. Do it again. Got the seed of life. That's a flower. And then I do it again. And then I add the extra dots up there to create the fruit of life, which is this, right? It's like I don't know how to explain it. It's like a X, the line in the middle, but it's made up of 13 circles, right? That was the dash, the jump, and all the way to the floor, right? So now, the next one is the Metatron's cube, right? Remember the Metatron's cube was when you take the 13 circles in a shape like this, and you connect the center point of each circle to the center point of each other circle, and it makes like this weird ass shaped square box thing, right? Now remember that the female aspect, the circles was creativity. It was random. It was right. The male aspect, which is the lines, is more focus, is more direction, right? When you're on this next level, do the same movements, but with a purpose now. You're not just playing. You're going there with a reason. There's a reason you're going there. There's a reason that you chose to do that dash, boom, to dash like this way, boom, to go down, go on a knee, switch. You see what I'm saying? There's a reason now. There's a purpose behind it. It's not free anymore. And now there's a purpose behind it. There's a reason you're going there. There's a reason you're going to this. There's a reason you just jumped to go back down. There's a reason for it. Hopefully you guys are understanding everything I'm saying. If I'm going too fast, if you can't hear me, let me know. If I'm going too slow, well, if I'm going too slow, I can't really do anything about that. I have to teach it right. The next thing is, so we just did the void, circle, which creates the seed of life, go around again. It creates the flower of life, go around again. It creates the fruit of life, and then you connect all the dots, all the circles, and it creates the Metatron's cube. Now remember I said that Metatron's cube is how you get all of the plutonic solids. The tetrahedron, the octahedron, the isohedron, the cube, or the hexahedron, right? And the dodecahedron, yes? Those 5 things, right? Now, remember how I said that the ancient alchemists of way the fuck back when, right? They believed that these, really we still believe that these, when I say we, I mean like the people at large, generally, the people who study this thing generally, that each plutonic solid has a elemental property. The tetrahedron, the triangle, was fire. The hexahedron, which is the cube, was earth. The isohedron was I think that was water. I think the isohedron was water. Isohedron was water, and then the octahedron is air, also. Right? So now each of those elements has a different type of movement that goes to it. that you're actually able to mix and match with other styles. So this is when I'm starting to teach a little more. Oh shit. Okay. This is when I'm starting to now, I'm able to now teach more style. Now I'm going to explain how you can apply this to different styles now. So, the tetrahedron, fire. When you think of fire, you think of oomph, right? It's like a jolt. It's like the spark, right? In my interpretation, and what are the building blocks to enhancing your physical creativity through freestyle is, when it comes to fire, facials. When you're dancing, or when you're freestyling and you move, when you get the facials happening, everybody's just like, ooh, 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 right? Even just then, when I did those facials, you felt it more. Yeah? Like, you felt the facials more. So the facials is always up to you, what you want to do. But there's like three, I'm just going to give you three basic ones that you normally see people do. The one that's, I'm happy, yeah, is that one. Then you have the blank face. You just don't have any emotion, right? And the other one is like, you're angry, kind of. I don't want to say angry, that's not necessarily the correct term, but it's more of a harsh feel towards, and it's like a squinching of the, it's like a squinch of your muscles up here. So there's one that's like a ha, a release, there's one that's crunch, and there's one that's just bland. Right. Now of course, you're able to mix and match facial expressions, but I think you understand what I'm saying with the fire. The next one is cube, which is earth, right? When you think of earth, you think of solid. It's solid. It's, well, I think of that as solid. Think of solid. Really, that's really what I think of. When you're dancing, and for me personally, dancing and to be solid, some moves are stomps, like and crump as a foundational move. Stomps, you have hits, like I'm hitting, hit, 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 hit. It's when you move in the earth realm, you move more solid, right? That's earth realm. It's so crazy. Then you have the next one, which is water. Pretty obvious. It's liquid. Like, it's liquid. It's all the liquid stuff that you can do, right? Liquid, right? But water is not just water. When you freeze it, it turns to ice. So now instead of being liquid, it's ice. Ice. You see where I'm going with this? Ice. See where I'm going? And then it could turn to gas. So we just did the ice, the liquid, and turn it to gas. Gas for me is moving in slow motion. That's gas for me. Gas can be whatever it is for you. I'm just giving you the blueprint. Gas, slow motion, gas, yes. The next one, which is, I just did earth, fire, water, air. Air. It's pretty self-explanatory. Well, not necessarily. So you got air. When I think of air, I think of someone flying or floating. How do people fly and float when they're dancing? They use their feet, gliding, or some sort of footwork down here. Because air could be smooth, but it could also be forceful. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm getting with this? And then the last thing we have is the energy, which is the dodecahedron. Now, before I move on, remember how I said there are 5 plutonic solids. You have the cube, the isohedron, the octahedron, the tetrahedron, and the dodecahedron. The dodecahedron I said was ether, or energy. There's a reason why it's energy. So when you actually draw out the Metatron, start speaking. So when you actually draw out the Metatron, right? Each plutonic solid, besides the dodecahedron, is able to fit on the outer portion of the Metatron and the inner portion of the Metatron, right? The dodecahedron is the only one that can only fit in the middle one, and it fits there looking like this and looking like this. The other ones fit in this one and in this one. The dodecahedron doesn't. And you remember in the beginning how we had the void and then the consciousness and it went around? The middle one was always the source, the energy part. See what I'm saying? So the dodecahedron, that's why it's in the middle. No, that's not why it's in the middle. That's why it's energy. So it encompasses all the other ones. The thing about dance that encompasses everything else about dance is grooving. You have to find your own groove. Nothing else that I just said really makes a difference if you do not groove. That's how important the energy is, the source. You have to groove. Like, you can be doing moves all you want, and you can hit them with the facials and all that shit. You can hit all the techniques. If you're not grooving, you're not dancing. Period. Like, that's just what it is. So you have to groove. It is literally that important. Okay. So I'm going to revisit the stuff that I just went over. Yes. I know that was a lot for a dance. But I had to get you guys a blueprint so that you guys can understand what I'm trying to give you guys. I'm not only trying to give you guys dance. I'm also trying to give you guys another perspective, another way of thinking, to help open your mind up so that when you dance, you have another way of doing it. So you have the source, the void, nothingness, space. Then you make consciousness around it. You go out to the consciousness, create another one. You go all the way around a circle, and you do that. After you do that, you repeat that process. Do it again, and you repeat that process one more time, and then you end up with the flower of life. From there, you draw the lines, and you get the Metatron's cube. Yes. After that, you get the 5 plutonic solids, which is the fire, the earth, the air, the water, then the energy. Remember, the air was your footwork. The water was the liquid and the ice and the gas. The earth was solid. It was hits. It was stomps. It was I'm moving like I'm solid. The next one is fire. Your facial expressions, very important. The last one is energy, ether, prana energy. Earth. I'm not earth. Grooves. Grooves. That's how important grooves are. Is literally that important. And that's really the end of the first portion of this. Now, like I said, I know that shit was a lot. I know that shit was a lot. I know you probably did not expect to learn about shapes, even though I said sacred geometry. But it's a lot more than meets the eye, but so is freestyling. Anything artistic is way more than meets the eye. It's way, 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 way more than meets the eye. It's a lot. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys coming in and tuning in. I don't really have, I mean, I can continue, but I just, there's nothing else for me to give you guys right now. Oh, you are always late. You are always late, Ari. I don't understand. You're always late. That's so funny. But if you have any questions for me, I'm gonna post this on my live. So if you want to re-watch it, you can. I'll probably post it on my actual page, so that if you wanted to watch it, you could. Because it's free. I just wanted to get the information out. Sacred geometry, like I said, is literally like the basis of everything in terms of shapes, mathematics. Yeah. So I'm going to post it on my live. I'll probably post it on my whatchamacallit, on my page. With that being said, if you have a question, let me know. God dang. If you have any questions, let me know. Remember, if you have any questions, let me know. If you want to know more about, say, sacred geometry, let me know. I'm not able to see yet. See, that's why you're laughing, because you know you're always late. Oh, thank you, King. Oh, you were here the whole time? Oh, fire. I appreciate you, Stan. So, but yeah, it's, now, like I said, I wanted to give you guys knowledge of something else besides dance that you can apply to dance. If you want to get like my notes on it, like if you want what I wrote out, I can create that into a PDF for you guys. I'll probably do that. I'll probably create it into a PDF. And how you doing, Shelly? I'll create it into a PDF, and I will put it in the link in my bio so that you guys can have the written version with the pictures, because I know it's hard to grasp this when you don't have the pictures to go along with it. Especially since my phone was freezing. That shit was annoying. But like I said, I'm going to create a PDF of all this stuff. I'm going to put on my in my bio. I'm gonna put the pictures in there too. On fire. I'm going to put it in my bio. And if you have a question, you can DM me about it. If you want to get a private lesson about this, you can DM me about it. Like I said, I didn't teach you a style. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to give you a guide. I wanted to give you a blueprint on how to really freestyle, how to dance. I want to give you a blueprint on how to freestyle, on how to dance, on actually how to move without feeling confined in your own mind. Expand your consciousness, not only physically, but mentally. Because sacred geometry, I only taught you like a minuscule fraction of what you could really learn. I didn't even teach you on how you can get how music comes from it. I didn't teach you about the golden ratio. I didn't teach none of that. Like when I tell you, there's a lot of like this. It's really amazing, sacred geometry and its uses in everyday life, and you will start seeing things differently. It's almost impossible to not see things differently if you actually pay attention to it. It's almost impossible. When you actually draw it out, like when you actually sit there and draw the circles, and then connect all of them, and then erase the circles. when you actually do that, I'll tell you, it's really cool. Yes, you missed the whole thing, Ari, because you're always late. like, like, but like I said, I'm gonna put it on my live. I'm gonna put it on my. I'm gonna create a PDF with the pictures in it, and I'm gonna give a link to a video that talks about sacred geometry, because, like I said, it goes way deeper than what I can even explain on this live. it's a lot, and it's not even like spooky. It's not spooky. It's not like negative. It's not anything. It makes you more positive. It gives you a boost of positive energy, because you start to realize that everything is literally connected. Everything comes from the same shit. It's really amazing. It really is amazing. If you have any questions, let me know. If you want me to do something, let me know. I don't have anything else for this specific lesson, but the next lesson I'm going to teach, I'm going to go more in detail. Oh, I did have one more thing. I'm glad I All right, last thing. So remember, you have the void, then you have the first consciousness, second layer, third layer, and then the cube, and then the platonic solids. Everything that I just told you just did it in 2D, meaning you were facing straight. I'm just facing straight when I do this. I'm facing straight. Every single thing you can do here is turn slightly, do the same thing. Turn slightly, do the same thing. Turn, do the same thing. So I have to show you that you can do it in 3D. That is when your consciousness starts to open up. If you watch battles, certain battlers, certain dancers in general, dance really 2D. They only dance like this. And I've noticed that a lot of choreo people dance 2D because they're so used to dancing in front of a mirror to look at themselves. They're not used to dancing on the streets. They're not used to having a crowd around them in a whole circle and then they're dancing on the street, people cheering them on type of thing. You know what I'm saying? They're not used to that. They're used to just mirror, face this way. Well, which is why in class, they usually have you face this way or then turn to the back and do the choreo back there, or then turn to the side and do the choreo over there. Because that's important, to be able to do it in 3D. Yeah. I haven't gone to 4D yet. That's a whole other ballgame. And then 5D. It's so interesting, but I'm gonna touch on that in future lessons. I'm gonna write it out, not by hand, but I'm gonna type it up and then put it on PDF for you guys. Let me make sure that was everything that I wanted to touch on. I think it was so. Yep, I think that was it. That was everything I wanted to touch on in this lesson. I'm gonna just make sure I'm just going to my text to make sure that's everything. Yep, that was everything. That was everything I wanted to show you guys. So I'm gonna go now. Make sure. Oh, so I'm at 20 seconds left. All right, so it's gonna cut me off. So make sure you do in this time. Drink your water, eat your veggies and fruits, alkaline water, sea moss, bladder wick, etc., etc. I love you guys. Peace.